Namaste, a warm and heartfelt welcome. My name is Kristyn Rose, and today I am so excited and honored to guide you through this 30-minute restorative yoga and Yoga Nidra practice to really honor and to celebrate this timing of the waning moon. And whether you are choosing this practice and it falls in alignment with the timing of the waning moon or not, trust in the knowing that you can enjoy this practice at any time. The waning moon truly is a time of releasing and letting go and softening and really embodying the yin and restorative practices and energies of the lunar moon. This is a time to rest deeply, to turn inward, and to start to slow down. For today's practice, I do invite you to reach for a few props within your space. I have with me 2 bolsters. If you don't have bolsters at home, you can take a nice stack of pillows or even a couch cushion or a nice thick rolled up blanket, as well as a couple of extra pillows and even an eye pillow. For Yoga Nidra, you might choose to bring in a blanket for extra warmth, ensuring that the body becomes warm, but just not too warm. And please know, for added support, you are always welcome to double up on your yoga mat. We will begin in a comfortable seated position. Taking your time, you might bring a pillow, a bolster, or a block underneath your seat to really help bring the earth up to you. Crossing the ankles, arriving in Sukhasana, easier sweet pose, or maybe a variation of Padmasana, the lotus or half lotus. You can even come to sit in Vajrasana, or lightning bolt, sitting on top of the knees or shins. And as you arrive, just allow the arms to become heavy. You can relax your hands down to your thighs or even in your lap. You might take palms to face the sky and soften into that experience of just being open and receptive to receiving the energy, the wisdom of this practice today. You may bring in Jnana Mudra by taking the tips of the thumbs and the index fingers to touch, to help instill a sense of peace and calm into the mind, and a wave of peaceful relaxation down and through the body. Begin to close down through the windows of the eyes. And allow this soft closing of the eyes to be a gesture, a compassionate invitation, inviting all of your awareness now down and into the body. Taking a moment to welcome in that axial elongation of the spine from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, from root to crown. Depress the shoulders down and away from the ears. Relax and unhinge the lower jaw, and come to find the natural rhythm of your breath. All of your awareness now settling down and onto the natural rhythm of your breath in the body. And very gently begin to deepen the inhale. So we welcome in a few rounds of Dirga Pranayam, or the full yogic breath, belly, ribs, and chest. As the body inhales, welcome the breath down into the low belly. Navel rises, belly expands, and then bring the breath up and into the wider ribs. And finally, the upper chest and the neck. On the exhale, soften and release all 3 regions or compartments together. Just at your own pace, inhale to expand into the belly, the wider ribs, the upper chest, and the neck. Long, slow, smooth breath out. We'll start to layer in Ujjayi breath, or the ocean sounding breath. Breathing into your fullness, and then gently hugging in the muscles in the back of the throat. So the breath sweeps through this cave, this hollow at the back of the throat. Finding now a long, smooth, audible exhale. With the lips closed, you might imagine as if you were exhaling through a straw at the base of the throat. Or you might try this breath, this technique with the mouth open, as if you were trying to fog a mirror. Inhaling to the full yogic breath. Exhale into that experience of ujjayi, releasing and letting go. Just at your own pace, a few more rounds. The breath is cyclical in nature. It rises and falls, like the ebbing and the flowing of the tides, the waxing and the waning of the moon. Just being in this experience, really savoring the out breath. Tapping into that energy, the waning moon, releasing and letting go. And slowly let go of the techniques. When you feel complete, extend the arms down by your sides. Your fingertips might touch the earth. Take a breath in as you sit up nice and tall. And on the exhale, bring the chin down to the chest. So we start to roll out the head and the neck. As you inhale, roll the left ear to the left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Another side, inhale, right ear, right shoulder. And exhale back through center. Just at your own pace now. Continuing to find those long, deep breaths. If it feels good and safe and comfortable for the head and the neck, you might even take it full circle all the way around, gently, gently, mindfully. If not, just stay with this sort of crescent moon, rolling the head and neck back and forth. Or option to take it full circle in one direction and then in the opposite direction. Listen to the body, your very best inner teacher. When you feel complete in both directions, bring chin to chest. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, bring the palms in behind the back of the skull. And gently draw the chin a little bit closer down to the heart space, gazing down and into the heart. Sitting up nice and tall. And breathing into that space around the back of the heart. Letting go of tension in the back and the sides of the neck. As you inhale, start to lift the gaze, lift the elbows up. Let the head fall heavy into the cradle of your palms. You find a gentle, gentle back bend. Hug navel to spine. A little bit of engagement of the core here. Beautiful. Bring the spine to neutral. Relax the arms down by your sides and just start to roll out the shoulders a couple of times. Good. When you feel complete, take a moment to extend out through the legs. Give the knees a little bit of a shake. And we will transition into one of my favorite restorative postures known as legs up the wall. If you are not close enough to a wall, I invite you to just slide your mat over now. And when you are ready, we'll come there together. And so as you feel ready, coming up to sit next to a wall, you might bring a pillow in close to support the back of the head, and you might choose to bring a bolster underneath the low back or the sacrum. This is optional, and I'll offer some room for variation. So coming to sit next to the wall, and very, very gently just start to lean back onto the elbows. And then sort of slide your way down onto the back of the body as you gently, gently sweep your legs up, taking the feet to the sky. And adjust so that your sitting bones come to snuggle up next to the wall. And from here, you might take a bolster in behind the sitting bones. This is optional. If you're choosing to use the bolster, you can gently just lift the hips and then lower the hips back down, taking as much time as you need to settle into this pose. Remember that you can always change your mind. And as you are finding your stillness here, finding that place of ultimate comfort, begin to close down through the windows of the eyes. Relax the lower jaw. Tuck the shoulder blades under. And extend the arms out by your sides. Take the palms to face the sky. Bring a little softness into the knees, into the feet and the toes. You allow the whole body to become heavy. Taking a gentle breath in and a deeper breath out. Welcoming in the activity of gravity here. And these gentle, gentle inversions, this can feel really, really good for some people. Reversing that flow of circulation from the feet back down the legs into the body, where we encourage detoxification, the removal of toxins from the body. Also sending this free flow of energy and blood flow up towards the heart, the thyroid, the brain, to offer more peace of mind and more clarity. Sending this energy from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. And yet, for some people, inversions might not feel so comfortable or supportive. So please know that you can come out at any time. Listen to your body. Begin to soften into that quiet, dark inner space behind the eyelids. And start to bring in a few rounds of Ujjayi breath, the ocean sounding breath. As you are continuing to settle in, notice if there are any final little micro adjustments the body is craving. You might wiggle out through the toes or even rotate the ankles. Bring as much space between the ankles as you would like. And start to welcome this downward flow of energy from the soles of the feet down the backs of the legs. As the legs rest heavy down and into the hip sockets. And the whole body heavy, deeply resting now. And slowly bring awareness to the breath. Feel the earth beneath your body. Start to deepen the breath. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. And as you feel ready to come out of this pose, knowing you are always welcome to stay, just begin to bend the knees. If you have a bolster in behind the low back, you can take a moment to slide this prop out from underneath the body. And we take it nice and slow. With the knees bent, you can roll over onto one side of the body, coming into this little bundle, this little seed. You can cradle the head and just rest here for a few breaths. Welcoming circulation, blood flow, energy back down and into the feet. You may notice this tingling effect or this cooling effect, cleansing and nourishing. Very gently begin to press yourself up. And now we will transition into the Yoga Nidra component of our practice today. Traditionally, Yoga Nidra is practiced in supine, in Shavasana or Shavasana. And today I'd like to offer a supported variation of Shavasana using props. I really enjoy doubling up on the yoga mat or bringing a blanket on top of your yoga mat if you are choosing to come to rest on the earth. To support the back of the body, and you might bring in a bolster in behind the knees. If you'd like an added grounding effect, the effect of a mini inversion, you can take a bolster underneath the heels. You can reach for a pillow in behind the head. You might reach for your eye pillow. Taking your time to slowly settle down onto the earth. Ensuring that the head and the neck feel supported. Extending through the arms, through the legs. Bringing space between the arms and the body, space between the legs. Opening the palms to the sky, unfurling through the fingers. Bring a slight tuck of the chin. Closing down through the eyes. You might bring in an eye pillow or a covering, something to help block out any light. Noticing what you might do to become even just 1% more comfortable here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, allowing tension to drain down and out of the body. Nothing left for you to do, nowhere that you need to go. Now it is time for you to rest so deeply. Noticing what you might do to become even just 1% more comfortable. Allowing the head and the neck to become heavy. The arms, the hands. Softening into the low belly and the legs too, becoming heavy. The feet. The whole body deeply resting now. Letting go. Letting go. As the body rests, allow all of your senses to become wide open. Feeling the earth beneath your body, the texture or weight of your clothes or blankets. the darkness behind closed eyes, any tastes on the taste buds, the flow of breath in the nose, any fragrance or aromas, and even notice the ears, the experience of listening, both ears listening. So you follow the guidance of my voice, simply resting and listening. Welcome in the medicine of deep rest. You might feel called to bring in a sankalpa, a heartfelt intention, perhaps just a single word, or maybe a phrase, a truth, something that your heart longs for. Perhaps it's peace or love, or perhaps the phrase, I am letting go of all that no longer serves me. I am letting go of all that no longer serves me. Mentally repeat this sankalpa. With each exhale, continuing to release and let go. Releasing tension from the body and any lingering thoughts from the mind. As we begin a rotation of conscious awareness throughout the body, bringing all of your awareness now to rest at the crown of the head. Noticing sensations that are present here and welcoming the essence of deep, deep rest into the crown of the head. From the crown down to the center of the forehead, deeply resting into the center of the forehead. To the center of the throat. From the center of the throat down to the center of the chest, the heart center. Awareness and deep rest filling both sides of the upper chest, both collarbones, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands, and all 10 fingers. Awareness and breath resting in all 10 fingers. Deeply resting into all 10 fingers and both hands, both arms, both sides of the upper chest. And give time for awareness to come back to the heart, softening into the space around the heart, the navel center, and the whole pelvic bowl. Sensing and feeling both hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, heels, soles of the feet, and all 10 toes. Sensing and feeling all 10 toes resting. As relaxation pours down and into both feet, both legs, the whole trunk of the body, both arms and hands, neck and head, the whole body now. Deep rest cascades down and through the whole body. The whole body resting and breathing. Breathing into deeper stillness. As you sense the natural ebb and flow of the breath in the body. Sensing the breath in the nose. The natural waves of the breath in the nostrils. Sensing the breath in the nasal passages and at the mind's eye center. Sensing the breath in the back of the throat. And sensing the volume of each individual breath in the lungs. Lungs expanding and contracting. Each exhale becoming more deeply and deeply relaxed in the body. Each inhale remains a wakeful, acute sense of awareness. Body drifting into deeper stillness. And yet the mind remains awake and aware. Allowing yourself to rest here now. Awake and aware. Deeply resting. Resting as pure spacious awareness. Awareness that's already here. Under the waning moon, the light begins to fade. Darkness prevails. You are invited to rest, to release, and to come back home to your true nature. Slowly bring awareness down and into the body. Feel the body resting on the earth. Notice the breath in the body. And take a gentle breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Resting. So you take a moment to notice how you feel. You might choose to rest here for a while longer, but knowing that when you feel ready, you can just slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You might begin to nod the head from side to side, or reach the arms up and take a gentle stretch. Offer a moan, a groan, or an audible sigh. And eventually you can roll onto one side of the body. And in your own time, very, very gently start to press yourself up. You may come back to a seated position with a soft gaze or the eyes closed. Take your time, there's no rush. Bringing left hand to the heart, right hand on top of the left, and just offering yourself a little bit of love and gratitude for being here today, for taking this time just for you. And to the earth that holds us, the sky that breathes us, and the sun and the moon that guide us, and to all of our teachers, past, present, and future, and the traditions we have borrowed these teachings from, thank you. I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me today in this mini restorative and Yoga Nidra practice. Restorative yoga is one of my favorite preparatory practices before Yoga Nidra, for it really helps to calm and downregulate the nervous system, really activating that parasympathetic division of the nervous system and facilitating the release of tension from the body and the mind. And this really helps to create the ideal environment for the state of Yoga Nidra to perhaps arise. So if at any time you feel like you just can't quite drop into that deeply relaxed or meditative state of Yoga Nidra, these restorative practices or any form of gentle movement practices or pranayama or breathing techniques can be very, very supportive to your Yoga Nidra practice. I really hope that you enjoyed this short and sweet restorative practice with me today. If you really resonate with some of these preparatory practices for Yoga Nidra or the Lunar Wisdom, I do invite you to take a look at our Moon to Moon Restorative Online Yoga Teacher Training. This is a 100-hour certified training where we really connect to the lunar cycles and to the restorative practices to help bring in the medicine of deep rest into this world. Whether you are looking to deepen your practice or share these practices with your community, I'd love to get in touch, and I will leave a link below where you can download the information package. As well, if you are interested in deepening your Yoga Nidra practice, we also offer a transformational sleep online Yoga Nidra teacher training program. This is a thriving program with a global online sangha with like-minded beings who are in pursuit of rebellious rest. And again, I will leave a link in the description below. You can also find more of these restorative practices here on my channel. And if you haven't done so yet already, I invite you to subscribe and to join me on this journey. Again, my name is Kristyn Rose. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that you feel rested, rejuvenated, and restored. And I look forward to seeing you in the next practice. Namaste.